Why
Have
is
you
this
ever seen
go
that villain guy with the big chin?
the villain guy with the big
Most villains have big chins.
chin?
Well, no, he's the
Most
guy
heroes
from
got
that
big
show
chins.
Lazy Town, but
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Lazy
Fuck,
Town
what's
was
his
known for the
name?
girl first, and then he became a
Yeah,
meme.
yeah. The big, yeah, Lazy Town. But I forgot his name. His thing is it Baron Von something or I forget his name. But I know what you're talking
I
about.
should know because I got showed the music video that he made for the
I
show for that
know
show about how
exactly.
to trap a superhero, which is
Okay.
actually pretty good.
Okay.
But I never actually watched that show before. I've only seen pictures and terrifying memes, including Pedal Bear and
Oh, his name's
the
not Baron Von nothing. His name is Robbie Rotten. It's
Robbie
perfect.
Rotten. Yeah,
You
and
know, alliteration.
I think he passed this year or last year.
Yeah, he had like cancer or something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, but I
He
think
was
the song was like "We Won" or something like that. I forgot what it was.
That's nice. He was a. I've seen because of this. Like, yeah, I've just happened to come across him, and I've watched the show just for him. If that just for the acting of that guy, he's one of the most animated persons I've ever
Hmm.
seen, and it's fantastic for the type of vaudevillain he was.
It makes perfect sense when you look at him and then see like the
type of,
overacting.
yeah, he was like a master of disguise. That was his thing.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah, he was super good. The actor was amazing. Every time I looked at it, he reminded me of Jim Carrey in that aspect. Where
Yeah, okay.
his body,
That's pretty much the feeling I got looking at that. I was like,
yeah.
this guy's like a little bit of Jim Carrey in him. Okay.
Yeah, Carl Stephenson's his real name.
Gotcha.
Died at 43.
R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace. But from what I saw, it was fantastic. It was a fantastic
But
actor.
what he came up in was, and then we'll get into the show.
Right.
Was meme of the decade.
Meme of the decade? I can believe that.
Yeah, so he's a discussion for meme of the decade. So
okay.
Welcome to the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans. We have a full house today. We're here with Commander Farrell.
Hey, man. Hey,
and Merc with the mic.
What is up?
Oh,
so we're getting close to the end of the year. We got one more show till we're gonna do our actual end of the year stuff. But since you're here now, Commander Farrell.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. You're a man about town. You're a man of the internet.
I'm an African American haberdasher.
Yeah, and he wears so many hats. My question to you is, what would be in your meme of the decade folder? What memes could you audibly describe on this podcast that you would be in your meme folder for the last 10 years? Because before you get into it,
yeah, give me some examples.
Isn't meme fairly new as not as a thing that exists in the world, but isn't meme the word fairly new in like the lexicon of just adults, people that aren't internet savvy? Like your Aunt Sally knows what a meme is now.
Whereas meme is now a household thing. It's understood.
Yeah, whereas 2006, like say pre-YouTube, nobody knew what the hell a meme really was unless you were on the internet.
Correct. Yeah.
All, in certain places at that.
It has definitely bridged that gap, meaning, some people may pronounce it wrong, like an old person might call it a meme. But, it's definitely one of those things that have certainly slid upon right into mainstream public where it gets memes. Memes are on the news. Like, mainstream news.
That's a meme, yeah.
So, right. And then exactly. When the president is meme material, and pretty much, as far as I know, he gets it. He completely there's no way he doesn't. That guy knows what he's doing.
Unfortunately.
So, that's what it is. So, yeah, I agree with you there that it is, over the course of time, have just become one of those things that are understood. So, it's that internet culture and Polish, like everything is cross-spreading that gap. Like, jumping from that just into gaming and internet culture in general, like when we got esports being shown on ESPN and Disney XD, like Overwatch and stuff like that, where Fortnite's that big of a deal. Like I go to GameStop, and Target, you can buy, which was a smart ass deal for Epic, the smartest deal I had ever seen. I know I'm stepping a little bit, but I'll get back to it. Whereas Fortnite, collaboration with Nerf was just fucking cash money. Every
What-
night they just keep dropping
out of
the
that?
weapons.
Okay.
They drop the weapons. They have their shotgun, the tactical shotgun, the handgun. All of that stuff is being made for Fortnite
From Nerf.
From
Wow.
Nerf.
What a way to keep yourself relevant, huh?
Oh my god, of course, because Nerf is already. If people don't know, maybe in the big cities or where places you don't have that much space, but Nerf is huge. Nerf is huge everywhere. You know, Nerf wars and events and stuff happen all over the country. So Nerf guns they're a thing, and the fact even Overwatch is getting into that. They're full Overwatch sets now. I just looked in the GameStop and the full Overwatch stuff is starting to come out last year during the holidays. Sorry, the Overwatch character Reaper, they had his mask and both his shotguns as with Nerf pellets, you know, full size in there. Now they have the Soldier 76, his gun with the visor.
I've seen that. Yeah,
there. They have the Diva one, the girl. She has her
I didn't know
hand
it was the
pistol.
whole
They
thing.
made
Wow.
that. It's yeah, Nerf knows what they're doing with these video game franchises. It's just going on, so it's fantastic. But let's bring it back because that'll be another conversation. Memes, meme of the decade. So it's like memes are a funny thing, whereas there's so many that it's easy to forget them.
Yes.
Just as fast as they were as popular as they were at that moment, the next one comes along and your brain pushes them out.
But I will say,
so if
there
you can
are some
mention some of the big ones
that transcend history and time itself. Even some of the new ones.
Mm-hmm.
Even some of the new ones. But again, asking you and you, Merc, if you have a meme folder. Not everybody does.
No,
What would be in your meme folder? Could you take a good, maybe not even 10? Let's not go for a full list, but off the back of your hand, which ones would you have said, oh yeah, I probably posted this to somebody in my time of posting memes, of being a shitlord?
the SpongeBob I'm out of here one.
So which one?
Post a lot of those.
Yeah.
Like I'm out of here.
Yes, the SpongeBob one is the one I was going to bring up most recently in my memory. Is him getting up out of the chair.
Yeah,
fantastic.
well, one of my favorite ones was for WrestleMania 20. He was dressed as Stone Cold, and then
wow.
You want to put over Brock Lesnar, and you see Stone Cold like, I'm out of here.
Okay, they're starting to fall in here. The fucking Arthur hand fist.
That's
the Arthur fist, squeeze fist.
I finally saw the episode today.
You finally wow.
I was talking to Snipe about this exact topic, but not in the same context.
Yeah.
I was just saying, what did the Robbie Rotten come from? So we would start talking about memes after he showed me the song, the villain song. It went into, oh yeah, what about that Arthur thing? Because we were talking about this other little bald boy. Maybe you know him, Jenkins, because of the World of Children. Is your
Caillou? Yeah.
Yeah. Is his name Caillou?
Caillou. Yeah.
Yes. Caillou. So in talking about how much of an annoying pest Caillou became by being bothered by his younger sister, we went into like just he said, oh, I've seen him used as memes, and I go, oh, okay, and so. He was like, oh, yeah. And Arthur, that one thing came from this one episode where he hit his little sister. And that related to the Caillou of being pissed at his little sister. So I never saw that episode of Arthur because Arthur was after my time of watching like the PBS kids shows.
Okay.
Right.
Arthur and Magic School were after my time. I was gone. I was watching some stuff. But
watching X-Men.
Right.
Was it Arthur X-Men time period? No,
that was
maybe later than that. I think Arthur was like Cartoon Network. I was out of there.
Arthur was way before Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
you think so? Cartoon Network was older than you think.
It is. You're not.
It's older than you think.
It was before Cartoon Network was what we know as Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network.
I believe you're right. I believe Arthur was PBS Kids.
My history. I watched Cartoon Network when it was rerun, so I'm bad.
Yeah, that was when like it was mainly Hanna-Barbera cartoons and Looney Tunes.
I'm not gonna lie. Like that. I was the audience for it because I never seen any of that stuff. So I watched those reruns of like all the Herculoids,
Oh, the Herculoids.
Barbarian.
The
What was the name of the?
short tails.
Yes, all that stuff. Fantastic Max, like
Yeah.
maybe even before Fantastic Max. Like
Jesus.
yeah, I was watching what the Funky Phantom and like Magilla Gorilla and stuff.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
showing those reruns.
Kung
I
Fu.
got
What's
the
the name of the pink cat? Snagglepuss.
Snagglepuss,
Snagglepuss.
They were showing him. Yeah, I was just
Cat.
watching all that stuff. El Kabong, like I was
Yeah, that's the early days
I
of
didn't-
Cartoon Network. When it
like
was
that
just,
era. That's like 92 era.
yeah, it was just the stuff that TNT had the rights to, which was all
Exactly.
WB, and then WB bought out Hanna-Barbera.
Yes. So I was watching. I gave up on regular TV when that came around.
Yeah, so Arthur was 96 and on PBS.
Oh, so yeah, I was Cartoon Network was way
So
before.
you were already, yeah, it was. Yeah,
I was gone.
you were
I
gone.
was gone. But I never knew Arthur hit his sister. Was the point? So that's where that meme came from. Of the Arthur feet shaking. Was he was the next thing that was going to happen was him hitting his sister.
The flinching, so it was like you're about to, it's about to go down.
It's yeah. There was this is inevitable. Is basically what that meant.
Yeah,
So
Of course, the big one was the Kermit sipping his tea.
yeah,
That was
one's
huge for a while.
big. And now
That ain't
Yoda,
none of my business.
Baby Yoda's right now. Is
I'm
That
watching
was-
it now.
That was a
so
great
many
one.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah, he's like a run. He's like a fresh runner up.
Yeah,
The Baby Yoda is being
Yeah,
put.
Baby Yoda is the current meme king right now. Kermit had two. Kermit had the tea, and then Kermit had the cloak, the Palpatine cloak.
Yeah.
The plug. Yes.
Me,
I'm sorry,
I
Kermit.
did such and such. Also me.
Also, yeah. Also me is also another one. That one transcended a picture. Just me and also me.
Right. So,
so many.
But okay,
there
well,
was- oh, sorry.
we
Go-
here, and we're gonna go to the source. So I'm on knowyourmeme.com, and I know I have their top 10 memes of the decade,
Okay.
and I want to see how
Follow
you
along at home.
going through it. It's a real good list, and I agree with number one. I'm just gonna put it out there. So we're gonna go through it. Number 10, Blinking White Guy. I love that one because I have a personal affiliation with that one.
Okay.
Because if you don't remember Blinking White Guy, it's the white guy just looking, does the super hard eye roll, and then the blank stare, like really.
Yeah.
But that actually came from somebody captured Giant Bomb.
Okay.
So that's Drew from Giant Bomb. Jenkins, if you remember, I don't know,
Yes.
like you ever seen Giant Bomb back
Yeah.
in the day.
Hmm.
So that's Drew, and it turns out he put all the fame from that to like a good cause, which is awesome. So that's a meme that had a happy ending, and apparently, I guess the peak year was 2017 for that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So
No.
that's essentially that meme is just the
Can-
excuse me face. You just heard something ridiculous.
Yeah, I
Can you
can't
send
believe.
the link so I
Exactly.
can see them?
Yeah.
Because some of them I won't remember.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Oh, you want me to? I'll post it up. I can do the screen share
yeah,
if you
yeah.
want.
Do that then.
I'll put it in the main chat so you can see it, and it's right here. We go. That's the link, so you guys can read along with
Yeah.
me. If you would like to at home,
Yes.
you can read along because this is live on twitch.tv/Merc the Mic.
Yep. You can see it live right now.
Yeah,
You can also watch along at knowyourmeme.com, and it should just be straight up top 10 memes. It's this article is literally a day old, so
Mm-hmm. Blinking white guy.
so let me know. You both got it open?
Yeah.
I have it scrolling and sharing, so the stream should be able to see it.
You gotta lower
Okay.
it.
Well, don't forget it changes whenever one of us talks, so it's not gonna always show
Oh,
picture.
yeah.
That's the other thing. Yeah. But Blinking White Guy, so you can see that. That's number 10.
Yeah.
Number 9, Harambe.
Harambe.
This
I
one is a
forgot
personal
about
favorite.
Harambe.
Harambe is
Jesus.
terrible.
It was so much controversy.
Harambe is terrible. He was captured by shitlords everywhere.
Yeah,
If it's shitlord, if you don't know what a shitlord is, a shit poster, it's just a troll. You could be speaking sense in a thread, online in the forum, on Twitter, on Reddit or whatever, and it's just a person that wants to cause chaos.
Yeah.
Right.
And it usually cause chaos by posting a meme.
Yeah.
So number 9, Harambe.
Harambe, but there was some good ones. Like just about people. It was unfortunate about people who died too soon.
Yeah.
And there's just people just post a Harambe, and you be like, God damn it, I can't help but laugh. It's fucked up. But if you don't know, Harambe was a gorilla. What, right? That a boy fell in his enclosure, and because
watching
I
the fucking
he was Look, I'm just gonna put it this way. I think he was gonna help him with a question mark. I don't know. He could have dragged that kid and beat his ass.
He was gonna drag
Right.
him and eat him.
But because we don't know,
We don't know. They
how
had to put him down because the gorillas can't speak human.
Because we're team human, and that's just is what it is.
And people, you know, humanitarians around the world and shit posters galore, they all mourn Harambe.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Bad parenting made him lose his life.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, so, you know, what are you gonna do?
I'm at the point where it should be an eye for an eye. If you do something wrong, you should have the same
Darwinism?
thing done to you.
That poor boy didn't deserve to make it to adulthood, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Lord of Jesus.
You chose to jump. Like, when I was a kid, I knew not to go into the damn cage. They could eat me. I went through almost 36 years of my life not jumping into a zoo cage.
The world is a different place. We got to take care of all the sheep today.
I would like to say the views of Merc with the mic are not representative of Rest Segment. Look at what.
People are fucking stupid.
He's not running for election. Don't worry.
Okay.
I should. I'll make a law. If you think about doing something stupid, the person near you should allow to slap you.
It's a life-saving practice, I think.
I'm gonna jump off the roof today.
Stop it!
Don't do that.
Don't be stupid.
I think I'll save so many lives because of that.
Oh my goodness, he's a superhero.
Just make sure you don't do it while they're on the roof.
Slap them away from the roof.
See when they hear a Wilhelm scream.
Anyway, next one.
Okay, so number 8, hide the pain, Harold. If you see, I know you've seen this man's face.
I know this man's face, but hide the pain, Harold.
A little backstory, which I appreciate. Know you mean they always give you the rundown because this is what their bread and butter is. They know the memes.
Yeah.
His peak year apparently was 2014, but he debuted in 2011 because he's actually a picture from stock photos.
Okay.
Like nobody made this as a joke, but the connotations. So since 2011, stock photographs of he is Hungarian senior model András Arato. I'm sure I'm butchering his Hungarian name because I'm American. Have circulated across various meme communities online where he earned himself the nickname Hide the Pain Harold. So basically what it is a picture of an elderly white man, like pure white, no gray, with a pristine smile. He looks like
the eyes tell it all.
The eyes tell you a story. He looks like he's seen World War II up close. He looks like he knows that the Soylent is made of humans.
Soylent is people.
Soylent is people.
Exactly.
He's seen some shit. So it's more of a self-explanatory meme, and it just can be applied to basically anything. Like, why you lying? They have a few examples. So
I get it. Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Number 7, coming in at a healthy 2018 peak year. I guess that's when he debuted. I didn't see this one until this year. Ricardo Milos, and I didn't even get it. I didn't get it. Like I didn't know what it was. It was just a buff dude dancing with a red bandana.
Yes, this guy. Oh my god.
Very handsome, very, very strong, very, very in shape.
Yeah,
and probably he can dance. And that's what the meme really is. It's
the dance.
It's the dance and you know where this is going, because the whole thing is the video the clip cuts off earlier than it's supposed to. There's clip. So I think there is a full clip out there. I don't want to see it.
Right.
I'm good.
He's made it into a lot of compilation, a lot of YouTube videos with this guy.
It's literally just mostly just either a black background or a rainbow background.
Yeah.
Him pretty much in a Speedo, I think it is, just dancing, but it pans. So the revelation isn't until the end. So it's hilarious. It's kind of one of those ones that it doesn't really make sense to everything, but it just when you see him thrown in there, like, it's with purpose. Like, Ricardo carries with him raw sexual energy. Apparently, is the connotation. So take that as you will. That's number 7. Number 6, I like this one as well. Rage Comics.
Yeah,
This one the peak year for this was 2012, but apparently it dates back to 2008 and 4chan.
Yeah.
Which I never got big into 4chan.
Me neither.
It was kind of it's basically the war zone of shitposts is what I would call 4chan.
Right.
Browse it at your own risk. You don't know you're gonna get your feelings hurt.
Right. If you can be triggered, you will be.
Yeah, if you start reading stuff, your feelings is gonna be like, they're just out the window today, man. You won't be feeling it. You're gonna ask yourself why humanity, why? But the Rage Comics are basically these really funnily drawn things. They're basically just faces that describe moods.
Yeah. Right.
There's like the smug face, the big smile. There's the why me, the kill me now face, the just angrily screaming into the wind. And then there's the customized ones of people they show here, like examples of Simpsons.
Yeah.
And then the Last Supper.
That's pretty funny.
Like the Last Supper one's pretty good. But it was a thing. I don't know if you had them on your phone. I had them on my phone.
Yeah.
Like you just like it was kind of like a visual soundboard. You can hear the pictures. Yeah. That's how I like to describe these. A sound comes with every one. Right. Number 5, I'm not familiar with. I don't know about you, Jenkins. But it's called.
No, I'm looking at that now, and I'm not really.
I'm not 100% with that one either.
I don't know what's going on with that.
It's usually a series of pictures describing like something really bad happened.
Gotcha.
And so I've seen it used, not particularly this comic they use here. I've seen it used in like with video game characters specifically.
Yeah.
But it's never usually a good thing. It's usually like when somebody loses like a pet or something, and it's just like that's the only way they can describe it.
Yeah. It's
through pictures and stuff. But like this, I see the example with just the stick figures on the side. I can't understand abstract art like that. So, but this is number 5. This is probably one of the weakest ones for me.
Yeah.
But
I just don't think we came across it enough for it to.
Yeah, most of my circles weren't about like anything serious, so it probably just didn't circulate because people was busy posting some of the funnier ones anyway. So, number 4. This one is one I didn't really know so much from memory.
This one.
I just know it from just games. When it first came out, everybody everywhere was just like, "How could they even do this?" But then it became a thing. I remember when Giant Bomb first heard it. Go ahead.
It was press F to pay respects because I don't think we said it.
Yeah, the number 4, press F to pay respects, which was in what was it? It was Call of Duty. Yeah,
it was Call of Duty.
It's Warfare.
It was at a funeral.
It's supposed to be an impactful scene at a Marine's funeral, I assume. And they show you the casket, everybody standing there at attention, and it just has the prompt on the screen: press F to pay respects. And it's just like, damn, they have distilled it. They have distilled death to a button press.
Yeah.
So it's like
the Advanced Warfare prompt. Yeah.
It's pretty bad. But then some of the spin-offs where they show like the F for the tombstone, that's
the F for the tombstone, the F for the nut button.
The nut button, yeah. So it's strong. It's strong. But it's just like, damn, man. I think this was the beginning of the heartless, when you could tell the heartless machine that goes on got his hands on video games.
Yeah. It's just someone who just missed they didn't understand.
What?
Yeah.
I can see this being posted, and then immediately somebody pressed the blinking white guy face right after.
Exactly.
So
exactly, you get that.
Yeah. Number 3 is Robbie Rotten.
Rotten, yeah.
Again, this one I would say I only saw the Pedo Bear one, so that doesn't count him.
Right.
So that's a whole other different thing.
Yeah, I have no.
This one I'm not familiar with him, like what he was used for.
It's a kids show, right?
Yes, he was from the show. What year did it come out? See, I don't even know when Lazy Town debuted. Lazy Town.
Yeah, I have no clue what that is.
But the meme got popularity when I guess it showed up in 2016. Yeah. But it blew up in 2017. But again, and me and in the circles I trolled online, never got to see it.
Yeah, I've never seen it before.
But now I have context. I saw the song that's associated with it. I think it really was a more positive thing.
Okay. Yeah, so the meme was just like
with him when he like was sick with cancer, and the song was "We Are Number One." That's what it was. And he actually made a message like to the fans when he was feeling better and stuff. So it kind of had like it took on a more positive thing. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's just the memory was just the people doing video mixes of it, just him and some of his antics and clips, just putting him to music, and that's mostly what it was. And it was genuinely positive meme. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yep. So that's a good one. And again, I said he was a good actor. I did catch a couple of episodes of the show, just watching him, and he was a great actor. I just think he was fantastic.
Actor.
It's gone before his time. It's so sad.
R.I.P. And then we have maybe the most divisive meme, Pepe the Frog.
Pepe the Frog, which I didn't know about. Knew of, didn't know about for a good long time.
Yeah, I've seen it around, didn't really care for it. I didn't really pay attention to it.
I first encountered Pepe, I have to be when I first really started getting into Steam.
Yeah.
Not Steam, Twitch, actually, watching streamers. And it would show up in the, you know what I mean, in the chat log. I'm like, what's this? Yeah.
Feels bad.
Exactly, yeah, man.
Yeah. Like that's the most, if you would say the most commonly used one is the feels bad Pepe face.
Yeah.
The thing about him was that apparently he came from a 2005 comic called Boys Club, and he was just a dummy character. He was just like a character that was always showed just never doing anything positive. He mostly looked like a moron and everything. And apparently his first appearance was he peed his pants.
Okay.
It was good. That was it.
Right.
So the origins of the character were never really like a strong thing to be associated with. But apparently, I guess, I don't know what it really was. It was like when Trump became was running for president, people really grabbed onto him because he seemed to trigger people, but they used him in coordination with their messages of like either trolling with white supremacy or white supremacists themselves like appropriated the meme. Yeah. So it's kind of that thing with the symbol, the OK symbol, where it wasn't really a racist thing because we know the origins, right?
Yeah.
But once the mainstream media saw it being used by trolls online in association with in coordination with people using it for the white supremacist thing, they just thought it was one whole thing and blanketed it and essentially gave the trolls all the power. Because the white supremacists didn't give a shit about it, they just took it as a symbol for themselves. But meanwhile, they were being trolled as well as the general public. So it's kind of like deep layer things where it's like at the end of the day, it was made a symbol just to show how stupid people were.
Right.
So in that respect, I kind of think it's hilarious.
All right.
Yeah.
Next one.
But
last one.
He's shown as like he has a connotation as a hate symbol. So it's kind of fucked up. And then the last one, number one, Doge. And I agree. From the peak years 2013, and it debuted in the early 2010s. I guess they don't know exactly when it came out, but it's just a fat dog.
Yeah.
Is it a fat? What type? Do you know the breed offhand?
Shiba Inu.
A Shiba, yes.
Yeah, I believe.
Yes. So, it's something called Kobasu, the Shiba Inu. What is it? Oh, it was a specific one. Okay. So I guess this one was named Kobasu, and he's just a fat Shiba Inu. But the face that it's making when they took the picture, it has like oh shit, like he got caught doing something.
Exactly.
A very specific emotion that goes with this dog, and like it just took the internet by storm. And it's literally been almost in everything. Anything you can see, you've seen that dog before. Like this is like one of the memes that's infiltrated Facebook, Twitter, like every place that has a meme has touched it. This dog has been there, but it's just really funny. And it's a cute ass dog. So I can't really argue with it because you could just throw him anywhere. You can throw him with sunglasses on. Remember the sunglasses meme?
Oh yeah, the sunglasses meme, the little digital 8-bit sunglasses.
Yeah, like
they slide down from the top.
Yep.
That's the deal with it.
I remember seeing.
That's the deal with it.
That in combination with this dog so many times.
I just did this. Deal with it.
Deal with it. Yeah, like it's such a long lasting one because like you said earlier, Farrell, like a lot of these you just forget.
Yeah.
But like this list is pretty, with a few like exceptions.
I'll say half of them I really don't know, so I won't put.
And that's understandable.
Yeah, like I actually haven't seen half of these, and I'm like, okay, why is that?
Really?
I feel the Kermit the Frog one is higher than most of these. Cause I've seen that one everywhere.
Right. So it probably needs to be like, there could be a list literally just for Instagram.
Yeah.
You know,
that's true.
Up there the most
more popular there. Yeah. So, but like as knowing where all of them have been and all of them went, I could definitely see why the list is there. Like the top 3, I understand. The top 3, I understand. Like just how pervasive they were, I understand. But that's it.
Yeah.
So that's fun. That's a fun thing.
Memes, dog.
Memes, dog. You're not wrong.
So man, I had a couple.
Comics are hilarious though. Comics, if you want to see.
We did watch Rise of Skywalker yesterday.
We did.
I liked the movie.
For me, the movie was fine.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I feel going into the movie, I actually liked it better than the last one, the Last Jedi. I think the Last Jedi had to have more story and to input to this movie, and I feel like those are the things that have loopholes in the movie.
So I could agree with you there. The one way I described it to the wife when I was talking to her.
Wait, but what y'all talking about? What's the name of this movie?
Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker.
Episode, I guess 9.
Episode 9.
Is it supposed to be the definitive end to the?
It's supposed to be the end of
Skywalker.
Whatever you call 9 movies.
Skywalker.
So I agree with you in respect. I believe that it needed better setup, but I do believe you might be right. But like it suffered from changing of direction, because for me it just seems like it seemed convoluted.
Yeah,
watching it from beginning and then just sitting there, it's like it was kind of all over the place. It was trying to get a specific message across. It did, but it seemed like all of this is missing context.
Yeah,
it kind of felt like it was just rushed. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
I don't think it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't terrible or anything like that. I just kind of feel like it was convoluted and it was rushed. It was like, here's your resolution. I was like,
I feel what happened with this movie was Last Jedi. Originally, The Last Jedi was supposed to be directed by J.J. Abrams, but they decided to go with another director. J.J. Abrams kind of had what he wanted to do with the 3 movies, and I feel like the other guy wanted to do something else. He kind of went more artsy with the other one. I felt like he made like certain colors pop out and certain and things like that. And I thought Last Jedi was a piece of shit, to be honest with you. But with this one, I think like again there was a lot of stories that were told in the last movie that they didn't have conclusions with, and then they just popped up people and they popped up here and there. But overall, like the action scenes and things like that, I really enjoyed. The whole Skywalker, the kind of Rey story, I understood where they were going with it, so I didn't mind that at all. So I thought overall it was a good movie. Like, I understand what people are bitching about and like that, but I think it didn't change my mind of it being pretty good to watch.
Oh, this is your conversation. I didn't see the movie at all. I can't really add to it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I said, it was a fun ride for me at least. Yeah. I like the resolution was cool. The scenes were strong. There's a lot of stuff done there, but I'm just on all right, I'm ready for whatever's next. And if it needs to take a big break, I'm fine with that as well. Yeah. Right? The side stuff seems to be fantastic. I'm enjoying the heck out of The Mandalorian, so I'm getting my Star Wars fix aside from the films.
And then Rogue One was great. So do more like stuff like that.
I could do more extended universe stuff. I completely agree. Like Rogue One was fantastic. It was just a fantastic movie. And that's what it takes. I feel like to segue into another thing that you may talk about is like I think things held down by good writing and good acting can overcome its medium and become its own thing and be great, right?
Yeah.
Rogue One in the Star Wars universe did its thing by being a fantastic movie, just well directed, greatly acted, superb pacing, and good writing again. It just was a good story, right? And it had the inevitable end that it had to do, but you didn't get there feeling like, well, here it comes. You got there going, this was fantastic, right?
Yeah.
So segueing over to this, we also were watching Harley Quinn on the DC universe.
Yeah.
Wait a second, I wanted to ask questions. Are y'all doing a spoiler cast? Because I want to ask questions. I don't really care.
All right.
Okay,
Do you get to see the Emperor?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to see.
He's like a puppet.
Essentially, because he was bifurcated years ago.
He had like a big machine on his back, and that's how he was living.
Yeah, essentially, he was just hooked up to this thing.
Was there a badass lightsaber fight?
Yeah, they're pretty good lightsaber
Not
fights.
with him.
Not with him, but
He only did he did sparkle fingers like he always does.
Oh, all right.
But this time on a humongous scale.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Oh, okay.
He did ultimate sparkle fingers. It was
He had a
fantastic.
super meter full. Okay.
And more spoilers alert, since you don't care. That's the whole big crux of this film is Rey is Palpatine.
Yeah.
She's his granddaughter.
Who's her mother then?
They never go into actually.
He had
who
a
her parents
son.
were.
He had a son, and he.
Yeah. So
They don't show him either.
Her parents were. They showed them, but they were
showed
killed.
them, They showed them,
And they don't really go into who they were.
Gotcha.
They were died smuggling her away from Palpatine.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's
Were
why
any of them Jedi?
some stupid.
Did any of
power.
them have the Force in
No.
them or no?
Not that they showed. No,
I think they just chose not to. So it seemed that how.
they were
This was
hiding.
post Order 66.
No, well, they were hiding from the Emperor. They didn't want.
Palpatine.
Yeah, you can see the Force. Yeah, he could sense it. Oh,
Yeah. So
oh.
she has his powers. So
Yeah.
that was a thing shown in the movie too. That was cool.
We had to talk a little louder, Jenkins.
Oh, so sorry. I didn't think I had that. I thought we were all good. So yeah, any more questions?
Wait. Did Darth Maul come back?
No, he's dead. He's been dead.
No, he got robot legs. He's not dead.
He dead.
You're right, because he was bifurcated too.
See,
How many people were cut in goddamn half?
He's dead. That was his brother.
Lightsabers are a dirty business.
So this
What happened?
What
happened? What happened to Darth Vader? I forgot. How did he die?
He died. He did.
Did his energy go to somebody or something?
No,
like,
he
is he a ghost like Obi-Wan?
You never see him become a ghost. The Sith don't really do the
Well,
ghost
he
thing.
was a ghost.
But
was a
didn't
ghost
he
in,
turn good at the
Return of
end
the Jedi.
before he died?
He did. So
So
he
no,
was a
he
ghost.
just never became.
Yeah, he was a ghost before.
He was a ghost.
Yeah, in Return
But
of the
he's
Jedi.
not.
Return of the Jedi. In the end of the Return of the Jedi, you see Anakin Skywalker's ghost.
yeah.
Oh wait, is that the thing they digitally added?
No,
No,
it was always
that's in the
there.
original movie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that
it
movie
was
since
him,
like
Obi-Wan,
the
and
90s when it came on
Yoda.
TV, so I forgot.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
him, Obi-Wan, and Yoda.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah, there's
So
one
he is a
thing that
ghost.
bothered me.
Essentially, all the Jedi, the way the movie was played out, all the Sith who died were in Palpatine. All the people who were Jedi's before were in Rey.
Yeah,
So what? So who's the dark guy?
Which was interesting. Who's what? Wait, who's
The
what?
dark guy. The what's his
Kylo
name?
Ren?
I forget the bad guy.
Kylo Ren.
He's Kylo
Yes,
Ren.
who's
yeah,
him?
he's
Who's he?
just
He's Solo's son. Solo
he's
and
Han Solo
Leia's
and
son.
Leia's son. He's a Skywalker essentially.
Okay, gotcha.
Who was going towards the dark side, but was more aiming it towards the light, which they showed. And he used an ability that he had never used before, and that's the same ability Rey had to heal.
Oh yeah, like you can't use that if you're dark side or something. Like this,
Which
isn't there like
Which
you shut off off certain paths of abilities if you were one side or the other?
right? Like he had all the the scars in his face from being hurt and all that. But when she heals him in this movie from a fatal injury and pretty much heals him completely, so he lost the fucking cut from his face and all that other stuff like that. So maybe she reopened his channels, which played into the later half of the movie where he comes to save her.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she has, like I said, Palpatine's power. She has Force lightning.
Gotcha.
And
All right.
you know, it was strong enough to hold an entire ship from flying away.
Oh, so they said so. Fine. So listen.
Yeah, they showed
I
how
saw-
strong it was.
So I saw Starkiller. I know what Starkiller is.
Yeah,
So what you're saying is they
they
finally
mentioned
put.
Starkiller base in the movie.
Oh my god!
But Star
Please
Killer
don't do this to me.
doesn't-
They
don't
mentioned
do this to
Starkiller
me,
base in
man.
the movie.
Don't do that to me.
Starkiller don't exist in
Don't
that
you say
canon.
that.
They did.
Don't you-
They totally
oh my
did.
God. Don't.
Star
Don't.
Killer
He's.
is just
Is he
name of the
canon?
ship.
Are you telling me
No,
he's
not
real?
canon. He's not canon.
He's not canon, but they mentioned Starkiller base in the movie.
It's the ship.
Oh, well, there you go.
You sound a little muffled, Mark. Is like
No, it's a ship.
okay.
It's the ship.
Oh, right.
It's not Star Killer.
Well, the name
does
exists.
exist. Yeah.
I'll take the name.
Yeah.
The name
Somebody in the
exists.
movie
They
said Starkiller.
literally
I'll take
mentioned, yeah, Starkiller in the movie as
But what you're saying
Mhm.
is they put somebody basically to display their powers on the scale of a Starkiller. That's what I want.
yeah, like him and
Okay.
Kylo and Rey. It's like she stops the ship from trying to fly away, and he pulls it, trying to make it go away.
Oh.
And then in this tug of war, she fucking Force lightnings and destroys the ship
Yeah.
Oh.
and everybody on it.
Jeez.
Essentially, it was made her to believe that she killed
Chewbacca.
Chewie. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Chewie was captured on an escape vessel. She was holding the vessel so they couldn't escape. Kylo Ren came up and was like, nah, fuck that. They need to get away with that thing. So she's, they're struggling. She's like, listen, I'm stronger than you. So let me show you. She hulks up, but then the lightning comes out and destroys the ship. So she thought, hey, I killed fucking Chewie.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Good
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, listen, you guys explaining it like this sounds a hell of a lot more interesting than I'm sure.
So
if some professional
so-
reviewers sat there and reviewed it, so I appreciate it.
No, it's fine. So essentially, it is super interesting. There's a lot going on there. That's what I mean.
Mhm.
Like it's a lot, but it's convoluted as in you don't get enough of everything to really, you know what I mean? How you want to ask questions like, well, what does this mean? Well, what does that mean? Well, what is, you know what I mean? You don't get to go there.
The
You get
movie-
introduced to a new character who's essentially like not Asari,
Yeah.
but fucking, what's her face from fucking Mass Effect? Anyway, she's got this gold suit on, like this red suit with this gold helmet, and you only really see her eyes,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like Tali, I guess. from fucking
Oh,
Mass Effect.
Tali, yeah.
But
okay.
she doesn't have the backwards legs though. But anyways,
Ooh.
you get introduced to her here, and like she seems pretty cool. And then you only get a brief. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna introduce all these new characters, and then there must be a spinoff happening of something. Did you see that, Merc? The
Yeah.
fucking scene with fucking Billy D. Williams and the black girl that were all old stormtroopers,
Yeah.
old shock troopers, and he's like, who are you? And she's like, I don't know who I am. He's like, well, we gotta find out. And there's a whole just scene of them looking at each other, and it just cuts away. I was like, I guess that's the thing that's gonna happen.
Yeah. There's a
Like
lot
if
of,
you seen how
yeah.
ham-fisted the scene was, it was like, all right, okay, I guess this is gonna be a thing later.
So what you're saying is they built up a lot of stuff.
There's a lot
that
of
movie.
questions still. Like,
Yeah.
this is supposed to be like a.
They have
a
directions to
conclusion.
go.
This is supposed to be a conclusion. This is supposed to be the end, and
Yeah.
they still left you with a lot of fucking like. Okay, so what is gonna go next? What's gonna happen? Why are they together?
And
How
you got to
know
hear
it's her?
Sam Jackson's voice in the background.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Well, there's a scene at the end where,
Yeah.
like I said, all of the Jedi are into Rey. I mean, she carries all of the legacy of the Jedi. So they're all telling her to rise because rise of the Skywalker. Anyways,
She
yeah,
said
that's a
it.
thing that happened. But
Did they ever explain what happened to his lightsaber? It's just gone.
is this the purple lightsaber?
Yes,
It's just
it's gone.
That
We haven't-
sucks.
we
That was the
haven't-
best color.
Rey has the new color though. Now she put down the blue and
She has
the
orange,
green
which is,
ones,
Outcast.
and now she has the gold one.
Orange.
So what does it look like? Yellow
It's
or
gold.
white?
It's orange.
It's gold.
No, it's orange. It's an orange saber.
That's
That means
orange.
she's a rogue.
I guess we're gonna call it orange. Fine. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's a
gold
rogue
to me.
saber. It means that she doesn't alliance with the Jedi no more. So it's a.
Isn't that in the
orange saber.
game? In Fallen
Yeah.
Order?
Yeah.
One of the
I guess-
colors?
They explain it. That's the reason why I know what it is.
Oh, gotcha. They explain it in the
Yeah.
other thing. Gotcha.
The game actually explains the lightsabers and the colors and what they are and why they hold them and whatnot.
Do you
So orange
remember
is what?
offhand what purple
Red
meant?
and blue.
Purple
That's
was
what-
just for Sam Jackson wanting a purple lightsaber.
That's it? Damn.
That's fantastic. That
was
won
the
out in
only reason
Fortnite,
why.
by the way. When Fortnite did their Star Wars event, you got to choose between 3 sabers: the red, and whichever one you choose was the big one. And most people chose the
because
fucking
red is
purple one.
usually
Wow.
it's made for the dark side.
You mean the darker skin Jedi? He got the purple lightsaber.
Oh shit.
No,
Anyways.
Sam Jackson requested a purple lightsaber.
They love
and that's
grape
the reason why
soda.
It's purple lightsaber.
Oh man. Grape
He's so
drink.
black that he looks purple. Anyways, we can go on all day.
Yeah. But the red lightsabers are mainly because the dark side fucking made their sabers. They never did it the way the Jedi did it.
Hmm.
They just made them, so they're not as powerful as their Jedi saber.
Okay.
Is that why Kylo Ren's looks like it's a fucking workshop factory lightsaber?
His was just supposed to look like a broadsword.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the fact that it's not a steady beam, that it's like
Yeah.
fucking struggling.
Yeah,
Like if he just turned the dial a little bit more, it would smooth out, but he just refuses to.
yeah. So my issue, I had issues, and I was explaining this on Instagram to Steven, was there was a scene that Kylo Ren lifts someone with the damn saber, and lift him up, and then brought him down. I'm like, wouldn't your saber just go right through him?
No, he had the saber like sideways. He didn't like have it. I know what you're talking about when he rock bottoms that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he had the saber like flat across. It still should have like burned him.
Like,
So essentially, it did. He had a cut on his leg.
I
You
didn't
see
like the fact that
mark.
it was resistance with the blade.
Say it again.
There was resistance with the blade. When he stabbed people, there was a resistance. It should have just gone straight through like butter.
Well, a lot of the people he fought with his blade, the ones in the forest,
Yeah.
they had some thick ass fucking armor. Like he didn't cut through anybody. He like cut halfway through them and pulled it out of each one. He didn't actually cut people in half.
That shit is supposed to be like going through butter.
I don't know, man. Maybe they had Mandalorian armor.
I don't know. Anyway, it was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. No, purple's lightsabers do not have a meaning, Sal. They're just they were purple just because of Sam Jackson.
Do you
God
like
damn it.
purple ices?
All right.
Yeah, I like purple ices, but that's the color of your lightsaber.
Yeah. Anyway, no, that was the main reason why there was a purple lightsaber. That's why no one else had one.
Some of the chat says yes, they do. I guess they explain.
Yeah,
it.
no, they didn't. The orange has a reason, and it's kind of like it's a rogue kind of thing, kind of like a samurai, like a Ronin samurai kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the orange. Blue, green are I know blue is like the beginning of Jedi. Green is the Grandmaster Jedi, and then red is just all dark side. Well, dark side all has red.
Does Darkseid have any other colors associated with, or only red?
Only red, because it's not a full crystal. It's a bootleg crystal, black market crystal that they make the red ones from.
So it's like that's just what they want is always red.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Purple is mainly. I wish purple was actually canon, but purple's not canon. Purple is pretty much Sam Jackson didn't want the same one as everyone else. He wanted a fucking purple one. So Sam Jackson got the purple one, and he's the only Jedi throughout history that has the purple one.
Well, he said, "Check the wiki, man. Check the wiki.
People make the wiki.
I see it.
Check the wiki." Is what we getting from the chat. Check. I don't understand.
Man, I'm saying this by the man's mouth from Sam Jackson himself, saying I wanted a purple one, and I was the only one to have a purple one.
That's too funny.
Anyway, let's move on.
Really
Let's move on.
Okay, so jumping back to the segue, I was talking, like I said, to Merc
Yeah.
about good writing and good acting can carry a thing. And they're like, I was really hoping and crossed my fingers, and I've been let down about a lot of other things. But he told me on Instagram, it's like, hey, Harley Quinn's pretty good. I said, oh yeah, well, let me get the digits. So I got the digits. I logged in and I started watching. And at first, at the very first second, I thought it was going to kick me off. Because it's a DC Universe exclusive, and it's an adult cartoon, not an adult as an explicit, adult as in it's not for kids, meaning they use coarse language and it's violence, right? So just right off the bat, you get a excessive amount of cursing, which I go, kind of turns me off. It's like don't lean too heavy on profanity as the differentiator. You know what I mean? where some things can do that wrong. I'm like, you're just like, you can excessively cursing and not be clever or funny, just crass, like boo, right? But no, I kept watching it and it got in there.
I found it, man.
It hit its stride really quickly. The acting is fantastic. The separation for Harley with Joker, explaining how that worked. Her teaming up with Ivy. Ivy's voice actor is fantastic, and her being the straight man is fantastic as well. I just got to confirm this real quick, but I believe the plant in her apartment that is like her roommate. Yeah. His name is Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie.
Or Frank. The plant, I believe, is by JB Smooth.
Yeah.
He's voiced by
JB Smooth.
Yeah, so he's fantastic.
Oh, really?
He continues. So, there's a lot of banter between Harley Quinn and Ivy, and Ivy is kind of a loner, right? And, she's a supervillain, pretty much did things mostly on her own. But whenever she says she does stuff by herself or she's never had any help, JB Smooth comes in to always check her on that shit because her plants help her do everything. Yeah. So he's like, he's really, really, really funny. So, and like I said, he always calls her on her bullshit, so it's too fucking funny. And then because it's DC and because they have their license, which I didn't really understand until I really realized, it's DC, they have their license, they can do everything. Everyone's in the show. Yeah. There's no holds barred. I mean, so like you get Batman episode there with Superman and Lois Lane and Robin, and it's fucking hilarious.
You had Aquaman on his throne.
Oh yeah, it's fucking what they do with Maxie Zeus.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. He's a big creep.
He just shows his dick on every statue.
He's fucking in that toga. He's got no underwear on. Yeah. So just fucking make fun of their lesser known villains like Kite Man.
Yeah. I thought he was.
What about Egghead? Does he show up?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I won't be surprised.
I won't be surprised. Like they it's fantastic. Like one of the big spoilers for anybody watching it, I do recommend going and see Harley Quinn on DC Universe. But if you don't want to hear anything about it, stop listening for the second or a couple of minutes. But I'm going to go into some spoilers about really things I felt funny. Or let me know if you want me to stop too, like if you want to watch it.
Well, he's fine. He could watch it anyway. I don't think it's much of a spoiler that.
Yeah. It's just some funny bits that I come across. There's an episode.
I think when you watch it anyway, you're gonna get a good laugh out of it because you see it actually in action.
Okay.
But so the artwork is fantastic. Who's Merc? Who's doing the art for this?
So it's the same people that do the Batman, the JLA action show.
Justice League action. Yeah, the same people. So the art's fantastic. Cartoon's good. The Batman design is nice. It's a Dark Knight mixed with like regular modern Batman. He's like it's more top heavy, chunkier build, bigger chin. You know what I mean? Square one.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay.
And the voice acting is good.
He did Brave and the Bold, Batman Brave and the Bold cartoon.
The voice actor who did that one.
Oh, that's the guy from that's the guy from Drew Carey. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
So it's really, really good.
I like his voice because he does a mix of the Brewing Kevin Conroy and Adam West. I don't know how that works, but he does it really well.
Yeah, so it's like it's Jim Gordon is played up like this fucking
his due. His name is Diedrich Bader.
Yeah,
perfect. Good Batman voice.
Diedrich is his first name.
Yeah,
gotcha. So they play up Commissioner Gordon like he's just like this caffeine addicted, just jittery lunatic at the moment. It's really funny. He's just on the roof with his coffee, the 5 o'clock shadow, disheveled. He just keeps going off on these rants, and fucking Batman's got to keep checking him. Jim. Yeah. Oh, right. All right. It's like he act like what Jim Gordon would actually be, this fucking old fucking cop who's seen too much shit in Gotham. Did everything.
He's what is it? Hide the Hurt Harold.
Yeah.
Right. He's just got all white hair, a beautiful smile, but those eyes tell us different story.
So
I like the voice actor for him too.
That's go ahead.
Christopher Maloney talks to Commissioner Gordon. He's the guy from Happy. He was in.
Christopher Maloney. That's who does it. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's Commissioner Gordon.
They have an episode where Harley's looking to be taken seriously by the Legion of Doom. She wants to have an arch nemesis, meaning, a hero who goes to get it. And she's trying to get an arch nemesis that no one wants to take her seriously, obviously, because she's a woman and all this other stuff. And then she wound up getting one, and it's Robin.
Oh, wow.
But Damian Wayne Robin.
Oh, wow.
And it's played up so he's not played up like the super serious Damian Wayne. It's the same voice actor, but he's got the more of a kid voice, and it's hilarious.
Is he but his character, is he still serious, or is he completely different?
He's still a badass, but he's more like a whiny kid.
Yeah.
It's just really okay. He's still an asshole. So it's definitely the Damian Wayne character. Like, right? He's an asshole.
No, well, I don't see. Okay, what I knew of him wasn't that he was so much of an asshole, because I think from what I had seen, the role of like being a dickish character went more towards Dick, because he was like a smart ass. Right. So Damian Wayne just always seemed too serious for his own good.
Yes, well, they lighten that up.
Impression I
get. They lighten that up, obviously, because it's a comedy. So it's he winds up tricking her. There's this talk show in the series. What's it called? Tamari?
Yeah, Tamari. It was just the chick that played Gina.
It's kind of like Wendy Williams' show.
Yeah.
Talk show.
Really?
It's like, yeah.
Damn.
So it's a talk show in the universe where they all keep going on, which is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm forgetting. You remember, Mark, like how this played out of them getting on the show? Essentially, he becomes our arch nemesis, and everybody agrees. Oh, no one takes it seriously like that. This boy is arch nemesis, so she's trying to not have him as arch nemesis. One of the options is like, we could just kill him. There's like, no, you can't kill a child.
Yeah.
She's like, I could totally kill a child. And then Ivy's like, no, I believe you can kill a child. What I'm saying is you shouldn't.
Wow. Damn.
Which is just really funny. Them going about how to deal with him without killing him and get him off it was a whole thing, because he orchestrated it so it looked like that he's got his own arch villain, and it's Harley, so it's making him look good, but it's not making her look good. It's just really funny. It's really good in the writing. I don't want to do it any more disservice by not remembering it correctly, but it's up to 4 episodes currently.
Yeah, 4 episodes weekly. New episodes
every Friday. So Harley Quinn, fantastic writing. What they're doing with the characters is great.
Shows on TBS too.
You were telling me that.
What?
On TBS late night. So if you don't have the DC Universe app, try to catch it on there on TBS.
Yeah, I forget that. Okay.
You forget the TV's up there? Me too.
No. When it comes to the channel itself, TBS, I forget about the was it a merger, or was it like, did somebody buy the other one between Time Warner and like those old TBS, TNT, like, aren't they the same like whole branch now?
Yeah, TNT. Well, they always owned it. Turner,
that's what I'm saying. I forget that though, because of the names and stuff. Like, you forget Turner is like, oh yeah, that's Time Warner. And then, unfortunately, they call themselves Spectrum in New York.
They always
if they change their name every 10 years, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's on. They do show it on TBS. I'm not exactly sure. Probably the same time as it airs. It's probably like late night Friday, because that's when the new episodes come up. But has a great cast, has a great animation. The animation looks like a Justice League cartoon, which I love a lot. They keep in that style, and it's a fun show. Definitely check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It plays really well. Like, I watched the first episode, I was like, all right, I can see myself getting into this. Yeah, and the first show surprised the shit out of me. I told Jenkins, I was like, yo, you watch Harley Quinn. I think you will like it.
As soon as he said it, I got into it, and boy, was I pleased. I hope they take a cue. I hope it stays successful, so they can continue in that vein.
Yeah.
Get more shows, maybe more animated spin-offs. I know animation costs a lot of money, and maybe it's cheaper to make live action stuff, but there's so much you get with it being a cartoon and being adult and being in that universe. You all know me. I'm in for the adult animation geared towards adults. Again, adult animation meaning geared towards adults, adult subject matter, not necessarily adult cartoons.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
even though I'm for that as well, although I'm as well.
But what you have brought up before the show, let's not forget about that. A little bit into that Oh, what you got, man? What you got?
Before we go into that, the Harley Quinn, just talking about the Harley Quinn and everything like that.
Sure, go for it.
Deadpool was originally supposed to have a cartoon like this on FXX. Donald Glover was actually originally supposed to produce it, and it was going to be very similar to this, and then fucking the ABC merger happened, and we never got it.
Interesting. Do you know who was supposed to be Deadpool?
That could have been great.
I'm not sure, but I know for a fact Donald Glover was directing it and producing it.
Oh, okay.
And
Sad
it was
to
supposed
hear.
to come on
Hopefully, that's
Maybe.
not like DOA, and maybe somebody can get some bigger star power behind
Hopefully
it.
it's, hopefully it's being shuffled around some desks.
Hey, listen, I would watch a small mini series if Ryan Reynolds was the voice of Deadpool.
I'd be
I'm just
100%
saying.
behind that too.
Of course, that'd be amazing. Yeah, give me a 6 episode something.
Speaking of, have you seen this? I only know of it because it popped up on my phone as news, and I'm like, why? But it's like these series of videos between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman of them like doing stuff to each other.
Oh yeah, them pranking each other. Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, they do it all the time. They do it like the ugly.
Is this gonna end in a Wolverine and Deadpool movie?
I hope so.
Please.
That's what Ryan Reynolds been working on.
Please.
You can only hope. Put it this way: if someone says "Let's do it" and bankrolls it, I don't think Hugh Jackman's gonna be like, no.
Nah, especially
I'm sure he'll be for
the Disney banner and everything. Disney
I was just
money.
talking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just again getting sidetracked, but we'll get back to it. Just recently talking to the wife about I'm liking the new wave of Hollywood, and it seems to be mostly the males right now, and I'm pretty sure some females are doing it. But this new, outside of movie content, these buddies like him and Hugh Jackman, fucking The Rock and Kevin Hart, Will Smith and anybody he hangs out with. You know what I mean?
Man,
These
Adam
social
Sandler
media
been doing
gurus,
that for years.
Say it again.
Adam Sandler been doing that shit for years.
I agree, but I'm saying like this buddy stuff that being going on right now, I'm really digging it. It's just really fun. If you follow Rocks and fucking Kevin Hart's social media, their Instagram is pretty great. Will Smith stuff, like all the stuff they're doing, like the Tom Holland stuff with fucking Robert Downey, and then now he's hanging out with Will because they're doing an animated films together. It's like it's fun to see. Like I watched Tom Holland and Will Smith do a fucking escape room on YouTube for promotion of their new movie, coming out on December 25th, Spies in Disguise, which I'm going to take the kids to see. It's an animated feature.
You know what studio is doing that? If anybody, is it any studio you know?
Is it Sony Animation? I don't know. Let me find out. I actually don't know the studio.
Okay.
But I can look it up.
That's not the beginning.
I just like that thing, and it's always positive, right?
Yes.
Well, you know what? I'll put it to you this way, and then you can put it into context after Scott Steiner comes by and tells me he doesn't want to hear about it.
He
really don't want to hear
his
about
brother
it.
all these years.
Pissed off. He'd rather talk about his tag team match that he had with his brother. His brother did all the work, and he did one flip and land on his head. He's an asshole.
I thought it was Sony. It's Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Scott Steiner. Thank you, Scott Steiner.
So say people.
26.
No.
Walt Disney. So is Disney.
No. So okay.
But
what I was gonna say is like, you know what it is and why it seems like it's so big. Well, I mean, listen, any collaboration between The Rock and or Will Smith and somebody else is going to be huge because of who they are. Yeah. But think about it this way: we're of the age, and it's the time period where these are our stars that we kind of grew up watching. Yeah. So now they're the ones doing this stuff, and we see it. Because if you think back to like the Ghostbusters era, could you imagine how many people were like, "Holy shit!" to see those guys be in a movie together? Because they were big shit on their own,
right?
And you think about the collaboration or something like that coming together. Like as kids, we just like the movie, but you think about if it were even our parents or just other people our age back then, they'd be like, "Man, this is some cool shit." With collaboration with Harold Ramis and Bill Murray and freaking Dan Aykroyd. Like what? When you think of like the careers they had on their own already, so it's like it's just a time.
Yeah,
Rockers one we grew up with. Kevin Hart's one we basically saw get famous.
Right, watch him go from scratch
for years.
Holland, we basically saw him get famous. You know what I mean? So it's just like us for lack of a better phrasing, is our era of that type of collaboration going on, which is cool.
Right.
So,
I just like that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Let you.
No, I was gonna say. So maybe the female aspect of it is just that we just ain't in that field. We don't know about them girls doing what they do. So.
Agreed. So right, it's just outside of our wheelhouse at the moment because there's probably plenty of them doing it. We're just not following.
Yeah.
So I agree with that completely. It's just I'll speak on it and say I can't speak on it because I don't know. How about that?
We just don't know if they do.
But that's the main point I was getting from is that I like it. It feels like these people, it humanizes people a lot more. Back in the day, Hollywood people, you think movie actors, they seemed in the presence and the way they portrayed and were not maybe portrayed themselves, but the way the media would portray them is these untouchable beings. Well, they sit on high. You know what I mean?
There was no such thing as social media.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't know what the hell was going on. Like look at Mallrats.
You only know what you learned from an interview or a fucking article
you can't
read
get a complete picture of them because there was no way for them to do it without looking like a weirdo with a handheld camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
like they didn't have this ounces heavy device that they could put in their pocket and transmit their life to us. So it was it's a different world essentially.
Yeah,
it is.
Look at Mallrats. Look at Kevin Smith.
Reap the benefits of magic is what I'm telling you, Jenkins. Yeah. Enjoy the magic because it's real.
Yeah. I think Merc was trying to say something. You sound a little.
Because
what is that?
Yeah, I was saying, look at Kevin Smith's movies.
True. Yeah. Basically, look at Dogma itself.
Had friendship and you've never seen the outside of it. Like Adam Sandler was the original dude of doing this shit because every single person was his friend.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon and fucking they were fucking the original ones like that. Now look at the Ocean's 9, Ocean's 8.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they weren't the originators, but it's always each era has its version.
Exactly. Look at Eddie Murphy and Prince.
But the reason we got
I wasn't saying that they were the first to do it. I was just saying they're
no.
But now it's getting showcased.
Every era has it, but we're in a time period now where we get so much more access because they have the device and they choose to do it. Like they don't have to. They could just write a few words on whatever, but they choose to show us them clowning each other.
Yeah, The Rock and
specifically
Kevin
Rock
Smith
and Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
poor guy. Every time The Rock just sees a small black man and he's like, "Is this Kevin Hart? Is that you? What are you doing here?" That cracks me up. Or it's a small black child. It's just like Jesus.
So great.
One of my favorite ones was when he was hugging Danny DeVito and Kevin Hart was getting jealous.
That was hilarious. Oh, that's another meme we didn't mention that slipped through the waves. There is that
what, just Kevin Hart and The Rock?
Yeah, the one where when The Rock had his baby girl and they photoshopped Kevin Hart and with him holding them in his arms.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes.
Yeah, those are
yes. It's a good time for funny people to do funny shit because we can see all of it now.
Yeah.
What I was getting to before we got too far off the subject of adult cartoons was that Commander, you have brought up something I've never heard of before.
Yeah, so we were talking about as the podcast started this animation called Fish Police. It aired on TBS at about 92 that I said. It was about 6 episodes, and I came across it on YouTube, obviously. Where else would I've cut because I was not aware of it in its day. I would have been 9 then, so so
it's like the way you frame it was that it was a primetime adult television show, like geared towards adults,
right?
And so when I think about it, and I was explaining to you earlier, it was in that time period where we wouldn't have control over the television, so it was almost inevitable. Because I asked you, what did this come out around and what was already around, and I was asking if The Simpsons was a thing already.
Yeah.
And by that time period, The Simpsons was a thing. And I'm just saying there's almost no way at that time that we as children would have had enough power to change the television, nor would we want to because The Simpsons was a thing. So
right.
So, let me just put a little thing. So during this time, ABC had a show called Capital Critters.
I
remember that being a thing.
And then
I did see Capital Critters.
And then The Simpsons was hitting their stride. This is during probably season 2 or season 3, and those are the key seasons of Simpsons.
Yep.
Is the first 10 seasons. So during that time, that's when Simpsons was on the high. I think ABC had The Critic coming too.
Oh wow!
during that time. So a lot of people were trying to find their adult cartoon. This
So
one
yeah,
has been a hit
ABC
on
had
CBS.
Capital Critters in '92,
Yeah.
same time frame. Oh, that's almost literally the same time frame as Fish Police from January '92 to March '92. So it didn't run that long either. And Fish Police ran from February '92 to March '92. So I actually seen Capital Critters. So like, I guess that's where I was. Now that you say it, I did see that when it was airing on TV.
Yeah.
I did see Capital Critters.
But it was also kind of hard in that sense with CBS because you didn't know during the time when it aired, a lot of NCAA games were going on.
I don't think I ever watched Channel 2 until I became an adult.
I watched Channel 2.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's now thinking about it, like I don't think I ever watched it until I became.
The only thing of Channel 2 I remember watching is Nintros. When Nintros went to Channel 2.
And you know what?
And when was that?
Oh, and Wildcats.
What? Oh yeah,
Wildcats.
Damn, man.
Wildcats came on Channel 11.
No, Wildcats did. It originated on Channel 2 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
But I think didn't Wildcats come on at the same time as X-Men?
Yeah.
Or was it earlier?
No,
it was like a half an hour earlier or something.
It showed around. Used to show like right after the Ninja Turtles. So the Ninja Turtles used to show like at 10:30. They had an hour block.
Oh man.
11. Yeah, Pirate Run X-Men was showing.
So think about it this way: is that the viewing habits that we had was formed by basically like the quality of the shows, almost. Because, I mean, well, you could speak for that version of the Turtles. Was that one of the better shows or no?
Well, it was during the time of probably after season 5, so it was okay. Maybe 5 and 6 were good, and then they just start going downhill from there.
Because of the point of view I'm coming at it from is you think about what most people that you even if you just talk to, even if they know Channel 2 had cartoons, most people will watch Channel 5 and Channel 11.
Yeah, Channel 5, Channel 11, Channel 7.
Channel 7, yeah, because they had a lot of the what like Bugs Bunny in them at some point too.
Yeah, they had Bugs Bunny for years, and then ABC started collaborating with Disney, so they started getting a lot of their stuff. And Power Rangers and all that.
It was like a powerhouse of stuff that you really just want to watch.
Yeah. But that's beyond the time of when this came out. It was like
no.
That was like around 95 and beyond.
I can see like people just not wanting to tune into Channel 2 for their cartoon needs.
But it didn't. But this one they were just trying to catch up to what Simpsons and Channel 7 was doing with Capital Critters.
Yeah, everybody wanted their hit.
Because even USA had Duckman at the time.
Which I could also feel like you would not come to Channel 2 for your cartoon needs or your adult cartoon needs at the time.
Yeah.
So if you were a Simpsons fan or you were a Capital Critters fan,
yeah, which not many.
Quality of the shows may vary, but the following is still strong for Simpsons. Obviously, you weren't coming to anything else for your adult cartoon needs, just even to give it a chance because like the time slot.
Yeah. They had that and they kept it for years. And they still have it.
Yeah.
That prime time slot. Fucking Gary the Rat with Kelsey Grammer. Remember that shit? Holy shit, dude.
Man.
We need to do a whole nother tune. That's what's going on right here.
Can you tell is there a spot where I can watch Capital Critters now?
YouTube.
Only YouTube? Okay. All right.
So okay, so this is something else.
Neil Patrick Harris
MTV
and Bobcat
with Liquid Television.
Go ahead, sir.
You had MTV with Liquid Television as well during the same time.
Wow. I watched.
So you're talking about the Head and
Beavis and
fucking Aeon Flux.
Yeah.
The Max.
Well, Max didn't come out till like 94, 95.
Okay.
Oh, that was a little later. Gotcha.
The Head either. It was just Beavis and Butthead and Aeon Flux were the main ones for 91 through 93, I think.
Fucking The Head. I still think I don't know I'll ever be the same from watching that shit.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into Fish Police.
Oh yeah, so circling back around to adult animation from the early 90s, Fish Police that was airing on CBS, where we were all looking at ABC apparently at the time. I come across it on YouTube and I take a look at it, and it's not that bad, but I can see why it didn't make it.
Okay.
It's a story as simple as that. Is Fish Police the a detective. It's a noir, right? It's like done like film noir. He narrates himself. There's great I think this thing is really. It's got a great cast of characters. Everyone plays their roles, and the mysteries are easily solved, but genuinely surprising on where they go with them. Right? There's a murder here. There's a kidnapping there. It's just interesting how we get through the problem solving, and then the resolutions at the end. The fish puns are, of course, on point and pretty funny. You know what I mean?
Okay, wait. I'm gonna ask you because you saw the whole thing.
Yeah.
If this had gotten, say another channel picked it up,
right,
and it wasn't conflicting with anything, is this a show you would have watched?
I would have watched this.
Okay.
I would have watched this.
I think
I can't say now. Like, so how time progresses and things change, and now that we live in an era where fucking 8K television screen, so you take things with a grain of salt. For now, it's like I can't say what the animation for this would have looked like because the videos I'm watching on YouTube look like from old VHSs, recording off the television. So I can't see how good this should have looked just watching it on my standard television as it aired. Some things get captured well, like Captain Critters. I'm looking at these thumbnails and I'm like, oh, this looks fine. This looks like there might be a DVD of this somewhere, maybe. But for the Fish Police, considering that it was only 6 episodes, no one's doing a DVD release of that.
Yeah. It's like Battletoads.
So just watching it, my only thing is like, the animation is good? I mean, it's good. I think it's good. I saw it. It looks, the drawing looks all nicely hand drawn and hand painted. It looks great. But the blurriness, I don't know. I still would like to have seen it as it was aired.
Yeah,
with the proper audio and not the compression of a VHS and then YouTube compression. You know what I mean? I'm watching a show from 20 years ago through filters.
Yeah, basically.
You get what I mean? But I think the writing and everything is I think it's good. You know what I mean? I think given it a chance, it would have just gotten better over time. You know what I mean?
It had a great cast. If you look at the voice actors on
it was acted fantastically. Yeah. Like the acting was on point in that end.
Can I just say something that trips me out? Okay, so I put in Captain Critters into YouTube, and as I scroll down, Fish Police just shows up. Like a third of the way down. I'm like, what? All right.
So that's pretty funny that it does. But yeah, when you search it on Google now, people also search for Tom and Jerry, Biker Mice from Mars, Droopy Master Detective, Fish Police, and Gary the Rat.
Gary the Rat. Wow.
Yeah. So
all right, let me look that up.
Gary the Rat. Yeah, I just mentioned that. Gary the Rat. That was the Kelsey Grammer animation. That's him as I think he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in. Yeah. So
many that came and gone with Simpsons. Simpsons still stands strong.
I mean, the only contender right now is Family Guy.
Yeah, it's right behind it. Well, not.
And King of the Hill until it ended, and then it ended. So
yeah,
I may have seen an episode or two of Gary
the Rat. Yeah, I'm sure.
It's extremely familiar. Okay.
But so yeah, there's that. I'm gonna do some more research on this animation topic. We're gonna get there.
All right.
Zooncast is definitely.
You got anything else, Mark?
I got none. Just little things. Power Rangers, Battle for the Grid. They just added Daichi. He's pretty badass.
It's cool.
That's one of the big updates that they did with the game. He plays very similar to Wolverine and Black Panther. You said, kind of ring a bell. He does like a Maxima Spider as a finisher. And he does shit like he climbs on the wall and shoots back at you and stuff like that. He looks pretty badass too, so definitely check it out if you are playing Battle of the Grid. Right now it's on sale on PS4 and Xbox.
Is that like holiday pricing or something?
Yeah, I think it went down to like $20. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure the price, but I know it went down in price.
Steam's in the middle of a winter sale. If you want Monster Hunter on PC, it's $23.
Well, you can prepare for Iceborne next month.
Oh yeah, for PC players, definitely. That is fantastic.
Well, I mean, speaking of, I might as well mention because it's going up on a YouTube channel, and that's right now. Monster Hunter World Iceborne is doing like the big winter event, which is going to last from November 19th. No, not November. December 19th to January 9th.
Yeah.
So I had mentioned last week there was something called the Red Dragon that was debuted. It's like a big raid style of monster where you gather with all people in a big hall, and you take groups of 4 to fight this giant thing. And over time, you wear it down, and if you do a good job, you'll kill it, and you get to wear its body as armor. And you get to make these weapons that completely change how the game mechanics work to a degree. It's more complicated than what I'm just saying, but like it's actually a really intuitive way to do the weapons in Monster Hunter. Like, it gives you a reason to grind the monster, but it also changes how weapons affect your loadout, because they can now give you extra skills beyond what was in the original base game, basically. So I'll explain it this way. In Monster Hunter World in general, they introduced something called set bonuses, which is not a new concept. It's in other games, right? But now with the Iceborne thing, the weapons can act as part of your set bonus, so it frees up more customization for the actual armor you put on. So it's actually a pretty big deal. Like, for the foreseeable future, it's going to be one of those things that you see a majority of players using, because I mean, yes, there'll be meta builds, but for most people who don't get into that, which is like a majority, it's going to end up being your weapon will fit you. It'll fit how you play the game.
That's cool.
So you can almost fine tune each weapon that you get from the monster after the fact. You're not stuck with what you get, basically. So it's a whole way to change up the game, which is cool. And then there's a bunch of other event quests. I recommend this one where you fight 2 of this monster called Rajang. You know Rajang. Yeah. You know Rajang. Okay. I know you know him, Commander.
Oh yeah, I know Rajang. Super Saiyan.
You get to wear something called the muscle suit. Basically, like, you just buff and naked. Well, you got drawers and like little socks on. You basically become him. Just your hunter wears nothing but your skivvies, and you get power. It's pretty cool. I recommend it. There's some cool actual. Remember, the whole thing is free after you purchase the update, so you can just get it. If you already played the original game, just go through Master Rank. It's pretty easy. They made some concessions in this now to get you past the story parts of each section of the game. So if you haven't beaten the original Monster Hunter, they threw in free armor that'll just get you through the game. And then for the beginning of Iceborne, they gave you stuff, a lot of new little improvements to quality of life to get you up to speed with most people to finish the story mode of the Iceborne section. Not the hard
grind afterwards.
Not the super hard end game stuff. Just to get you to past the part where it might seem a little hand-holdy,
Gotcha. I was going to ask about this, so that's perfect. So if I wanted to jump back in on my PS4, and not drag you down, there's a way for me to be helpful and still be able to play the game, and you still be able to enjoy the time as well.
They put a system in which actually encourages higher level people to help lower level players, because they just now give you things for doing such a thing. So
that is good to know.
A lot of like quality of life improvements. There's still some shenanigans with the multiplayer, with the menus being kind of obtuse. Trying to get set up parties and stuff is a little bit easier, like, because of the stability of the connections seem to be better if you're not playing with Japanese people like I am, But overall, it's a better package. But you might want to wait till the PC one.
I think so, because then I could just go fully into
whatever the hell you want.
What do you think about the more alloy stuff coming?
Oh, it's already good. They put a new upgrade for the gun. There's a new.
So how's that, man? That electric bow gun shit that hurts you if you overcharge it?
It's amazing, is what it is.
It's fucking fantastic.
And her armor is meant to mitigate it from taking all of your health, but if you know how to play with it, you won't kill yourself. I don't, because I do.
Is it a thing, like, I want to know, and like you said about super meta things, if you wear a monster armor that has a reduction in fucking shock of values, does it hurt you less?
It should. Yeah, it should. It should hurt you less.
Gotcha.
But her armor has a completely unique ability, which is another thing. Like that armor specifically, it's kind of made for you to get into the end game stuff with a set of armor that's so defensively high that it's like you have to screw up to die. Gotcha. So they've made quite a few concessions in that game. Where Monster Hunter used to be the game that was like, no, you're gonna tough it out. For World, they continue to make strives to make it easier for like not hardcore players to get in and see everything, basically. So that's cool.
I'm excited. Yep.
That's about it.
For playing games, I'll close out too. I've just been playing a lot of Modern Warfare, really enjoying it. Been playing that.
Did you get to play that? I don't know if it's still a thing. Is a mode called Blackout? Have you played that, or was that the last game?
Blackout was the last game. That was the okay.
That
was their Blackout was the
Battle Royale type thing.
Battle Royale part, right? Yeah, that was the last game. And I did play that, and it was fun.
Did they bring that back or no?
No, there's not a Battle Royale version, I believe, of Modern Warfare out yet, unless I have not clicked on it. But as far as I know, it doesn't exist. Just you got your main game modes, your mosh pit, your ground wars, your headquarters, hard point, all that cool stuff. Team deathmatch. It's just really fun game. I've been enjoying it, and again, I've been playing a lot of stuff mostly now on my PC, and it's been fantastic. In the midst of probably going to be upgrading soon, thinking about getting a 2070 Super from the upgrade from my 2060.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some better, cooler air cooling.
Okay.
And some RGBs, because RGB means your computer's faster.
Okay. It's like putting racing stripes in a car.
There you go. Has to make it faster.
Yeah, I gotta jump on Modern Warfare. I haven't touched it yet.
The story is really good.
In there.
And that's what a big thing they did this year that they didn't last year. This one had a campaign that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. But I finished Yakuza 4, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, Yakuza series is amazing.
It is.
Only one more till the circle is complete.
February.
I'm excited.
7 is next year. Yeah, 7 is next year, right?
Next year, but they don't have released it yet.
Okay.
That's the one with the new control schemes that everyone's like, maybe, right?
It's going to RPG-ish.
Yeah.
Style, yeah.
From what I've seen, though, I'm all in.
Okay, so it's not turn-based. It's not asymmetric. What is it again? It's like
it's like Persona type of.
Gotcha. So it's like action menus. You can continuously, if you set up yourself correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially like that type of RPG,
which is not bad.
No.
But I'm sure it's going to stir up some people who have been faithful and loving.
Yeah, I'm skeptical, but I've seen gameplay that I'm feeling confident with.
Gotcha.
But I am skeptical because I do like the beat 'em up style of the games.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. Because it feels like an RPG beat 'em up. That's what the game feels like for me.
Yes.
So, and I'm still looking forward to Cyberpunk. I'm still waiting for that. 2027. So 2077, excuse me.
Yeah. That's next year?
Yeah, that's for Q1 next year, I think. Oh, that's a date, I think, or at least a month, I think.
April.
All right. Stuff. So something to look forward to.
So, yeah.
All right. So, again, thank you for listening. This has been another episode of the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast. Make sure you check us out if you want live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Merc with the mic. We are doing the Wrestling Babble. What is it? 11:30 between 11:30 and 12. We start that.
Yes.
And we do the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Usually maybe 1:30 to 2 o'clock.
Yep.
And that's Sunday afternoons. Twitch.tv/Merc with the mic.
Yes.
For everything else, Red Cyclone Inc. Make sure you check us out, Red Cyclone Inc. on Twitter, Instagram. We have a Facebook group. It's also Red Cyclone Inc.
Yep.
There's SoundCloud where these podcasts go up. There's also Tumblr and WordPress.
Yeah.
So no excuses. All Red Cyclone Inc. Where you at, Mark?
You can follow me. I do have a link tree on this Twitch channel that you can get all the links through there. But I'm on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook with the Red Cyclone Inc. and the Wrestling Babble pages, SoundCloud, and the Twitch TV, all Merc with the mic. Follow me, all those things. And you have the Jinkies here that you can follow, the sandwiches.
Where you at, Commander Pro? You got anything?
have my sandwiches.
You
Oh,
can't have them.
now I'll just be perusing around those channels. I don't have anything up currently to follow me on just yet, just in real life.
Just follow him. Just follow him. Lower East Side. Follow him.
Don't let him get the sandwich.
Yes.
Get that sandwich.
Just follow him. All right. Peace out, laters, and have a happy and a safe
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Hanukkah, Christmas, or happy holidays. I don't know. You celebrate one of them, happy.
There you go. Happy holidays.
Peace out.
Peace.